What a week, what a week. But it was a good week. Hi everyone, this is me and Nicole, and welcome back to Fave's Flirtify vlog. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to say the name of the company that I work for. I'm not going to say the name of any of my supervisors, co-workers, or fellow employees, and under no circumstances, I'm not saying the name of any parents or any of the children that we look after at all. So, just want to let you guys know. So let's get started. So this is just going to be a little bit of a minor recap of my week. You're probably going to see a little bit of videos or shorts talking about it, but I just wanted to let you guys know about some of the little highlights, some of the things that I learned. So you guys, hope you enjoy. So, this was transition week. So a lot of the kids who, were in previous classes when I started, they've already started to move up, due to their ages. And I know I mentioned to you guys a few times about the Wonder Twins. I first called them the Dynamic Duo or Wonder Twins, but I just stuck with Wonder Twins. And the reason why I called them the Wonder Twins was because it took like twice this amount of time to get them to be engaged with whatever the class was doing, which is either changing, trying to keep toys in order, getting ready for naps or lunch and whatnot. And it was just something that I was not accustomed to when I started, and I'm slowly growing into trying to be a little bit more patient. And I can't really say that they take the twice as amount of time anymore, because towards up to this week, I feel like that it had worked out a little bit more. It wasn't as much of an issue of when I began. But I'm not saying that I've become like an expert. I'm still kind of developing as a child care teacher and provider. And I just wanted to say that there was some growth in trying to manage class a little bit better. And the reason why I brought up the Wonder Twins is because one of them is actually had actually moved up this week. So he's hanging out with big kids now. And so the Wonder Twins are basically no more at this time. However, I do have a new pair that I'm keeping up with. They're not, they're a little bit different energy of the Wonder Twins, but I'm calling them the Dynamic Duo because these two are like attached at the hip. They were besties over in the 1-year-old class, and now they're going to stay besties in my class with the 2-year-olds. So it's just really exciting to have brand new students. Even though they're not brand new, I've already, looked after them and worked with them when I started. It's really cool to have them be a little bit more accustomed to me, getting to know a little bit of my voice, see the how I run my classroom, and just want to be able to try and build up my skills of when I get new kids that I'm looking after. So it's really exciting. With that being said, I also want to bring up about, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm looking through my notes. Like, I always keep like a little notebook, but I've been developing as a teacher, and it's just, days just go by quickly, so I'm trying to keep up with my notes of what to mention. And also a thing that I want to mention is that we've been doing a little bit more, I've been incorporating a lot more of activities in. So we had one activity which was a rolling activity. It was basically roll the ball, but instead I have them roll they can either roll a ball or they roll with using toy trucks, because those kids really love toy trucks whenever they play outside. Let's see. And also I want to keep going and say that along with my new class, there was also new kids that's over the 1-year-old's class, which I look after in the afternoon. And so I did have one child that was difficult. Like, this was the first time that I had a child that I was trying to change, and they did not want to change. They were like continuously upset. And I understood why he was upset, but it was just kind of, it was something that was new to me, but I managed to be able to calm them down with a little, toy and whatnot. And, and even though I do continue seeing them like a few more times throughout the week, like, I think that I was able to calm them down a little bit more. So, my new skills are getting to work for me. I'm happy about that. So Tuesday, we employees had dip day, which was so much fun. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a dip, and I completely forgot to wear a color-coded T-shirt that we agreed on. But a funny story. You probably heard it. I was just going to drop off the class, and they were like, come to the kitchen, come to the kitchen, drop your class off." For their naps, come to the kitchen. I was like, okay, what's going on? It's like, oh, okay, we have these dips. Yeah, we want to make sure that everyone has something to eat. You get this one here, try this one. This is this. You want to eat with this one, or do you want to eat with that one? I was like, well, I mean, I could come back. I have my break in 30 minutes. I just want to clean up my class. He's like, no, we want to make sure that everyone gets something to eat. I was like, okay. So I ended up with like 7 or 8 different dips. And I want to tell you that the French onion was delicious. I have been missing out on French onion my entire life. That's my new, condiment now. And it's just nice to be in like a workplace that we have employees that looks out for each other, especially for someone who's like super new, not only new onto the scene but new within the field and want to do the best that she can. So I'm grateful for that. Okay, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. Wednesday, we had a fun activity regarding food coloring, oats, and whatever we could find outside. There's a lot of beautiful spotted art and a lot of very green hands. Yeah, like I still kind of have a little bit of red, if you could see a little bit of red food coloring between my fingers. Like it's not cut, it's just red food coloring. You can't really see it, but it's right there. It's there. And I also brought in a few new toys that be able to help, a student I would call my special little friend, because he needs a different attention and engagement. So I want to find a way to be able to help. I've mentioned him a lot of times, but I'm going to be calling him my special little friend because he needs a different type of attention. He engages in a different way, and I want to help him through that and still be able to, have him be a part of the class, even though he responds differently. But overall, it's been really good management. Of course, there's hiccups. No day is perfect. But even with the stuff that stresses me out, like it doesn't stress me out as much because I'm trying to keep in mind that these are still young children. Children are going to be would act a certain way, and the thing that we could do is just guide them to good habits, good choices. But they're still like very young children, and I mean, I'm not an expert. It's just, kids are kids. Kids are kids. I'm just going to put it at that. Kids are kids. So for Thursday, I created this big easel. I'm so excited about this part because I've been wanting to do this activity for the longest time, and I had set up the easel, and I finally got to do it. Like, we had an easel in our class that kids like to climb around, climb through it, tell them not to do it, but they sometimes do it. I had to tell them over and over again. And then the easel, it was just a regular board that we didn't really used markers, but instead I know how much the kids really love using paints. I put a piece of paper on the easel, just tape it onto it, and then I give them watercolors. And they used the watercolors before, but I showed them the way of like dipping the brush into the water and then into the paint and then putting watercolors onto the paper, and it's so beautiful, so lovely. Like, I'm just gonna keep it hung up onto that easel for a little bit. I always love it when the kids make art, and I don't care. And I know people have so like critique about artists, but these are kids. Let them have fun. Let them enjoy color, and it looks amazing, you guys. And so, to continue along with that, the day was pretty easy. I included an activity regarding stamps, like big paper. I've been using a big line of paper, and so I reused it, and I used stamp pads as well as stamps for the kids to use. And the ink in the stamp pads are easily washable, so it was just no issue with kids like getting it on their hands, getting it on their clothes. It was not like something that's going to be as difficult to get out as the food coloring earlier in the week. And now it's Friday the 20th. The day went by. There was an activity regarding kickball. We had the 1-year-old class along with us when we did this activity, so it was a lot of fun for everyone. A thing that I'm trying to practice is that as much as I love the artistic side of my class, a few of them, not a lot of them, but a few of them really love to use crayons on everywhere but paper. Like, it's not bad, but sometimes instead of I put a crayon or they find a crayon and they would go towards the wall. It's only two of them, but one of them, I had to stop giving them crayons, and the other one is just started to do this. So I'm going to look into trying to figure that one out. And then the day ended with field day for the older kids. Like sometimes I look after the older students that come to the school, even the after school students or the ones that are just entering school or whatnot. So it's fun being part of that field day. Everyone had water balloons. There was egg and spoon, and there was an actual fire truck. That was so cool. Like I got to escort some of the students in order to check out the fire truck. So all in all, it was a very good week. Lessons were learned, and I'm looking forward to any new adventures to come. Oh, I also forgot, like I gotten a few little goodies for becoming a new employee. So this is the bag. I can't show you the logo, and I already ended up staining it with coffee, so I'm going to be washing this weekend. I got in a notepad, I got a cute little hat, and I also got in this really lovely book. It's so beautiful, like the artwork, the writing, and it came with a bookmark that kind of talks about it. So let me show a few pages of that. Yeah, that's cute, that's beautiful. Like watercolor, like water drawing. And so I'm going to read this, and I'm going to admit the name of the company, like it's the messages on the bookmark. To our friends, this book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Naxi, more than any other, invokes the spirit of our life decisions and personal philosophies in dedicating our time to working with young children, their families, and all those who, excuse me, who help us achieve the mission and vision of the school. I'm not going to say the name of the school. Parenting and educating children these days can be complicated, but as you are wholly drawn into each page of this book by both the artwork and the writing, it all feels a little more simple and beautiful. We hope that in giving you this book, you will share it with those you love, adults and children alike, and that the world becomes a little more kind through simple gestures. And sincerely, folks at the school. So thank you guys so much for the video. I know it ran a little bit long, but this is a week recap. I think I'm going to do a week recap video instead of just a series of videos. And I'm going to do some fun little shorts and posts. So follow me on all social medias. I'll put the link tree into my description down below. And remember to have a blessed and beautiful day. Thanks. Stay blessed and beautiful, people.